everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams who need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Smith's Chiefs going up against Bridgewater's Vikings. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are indeed at the beautiful state-of-the-art U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Minnesota Vikings. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. Bridgewater now on second down. Complete to right. And down he'll go at the 25. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Here's the offense, and when you talk about this offense, you certainly have to talk about all-day AP, Adrian Peterson.
Does not shy away from contact. Also has the speed to go the distance. It's the rare combination that you get from one of the great runners of all time in the NFL. 2,000 yards every year is the goal. I'd never bet against him.
A bullet throw, but incomplete. He was looking for Jarius Wright that time. And that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, the Vikings will call on their punter, Jeff Locke, to kick it away. Back deep for Kansas City, DeAnthony Thomas.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
Here's Smith now on second down. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
3rd and long, it's Smith. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So here's Dustin Colquitt now to punt this away for the Chiefs. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. A second down throw for Bridgewater. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. And a glance now at the Chiefs' defense.
When Derrick Johnson entered the league as a first-round draft pick, he was known as an outside linebacker with a lot of speed. He's evolved into one of the best inside linebackers in the NFL.
They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
They run again on first down. Peterson. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Time running out here on the play clock. 2nd down, Bridgewater. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Touchdown, Vikings! Adrian Peterson, 58 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here, he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and
and
now
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA and playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Now it's Smith. He'll buy some time right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From the gun, here's Smith. And that is incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Charkandrick West. And it'll be 4th down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. They are going for it. It's Smith. They're able to locate Wilson. 26 yards on the play there. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
A dump off for Charles. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On 1st down, it's Smith. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd learned to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. On 4th down, Smith. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change it?
And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 2nd down, 9 yards to go.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's brought down after a good gain. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a 1st down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incomplete. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you...
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll come out in the pistol. from his goal line here. Smith looking deep for DeAnthony. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Let's go.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It's a loss of 2, now third down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Now Blair Walsh on for a long field goal. He's hit from as far away as 56 in his young career. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. On the return, it's Niall Davis. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot. And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends are creating so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Play fake for Charles. Now Smith. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
To throw, Smith. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college. With all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Smith looking deep. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Albert Wilson, 48 yards. And the Chiefs have tied it, and they can take the lead with the extra point. And that one puts them on top here in the third. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he rifles one incomplete. Third down and 12.
Watch left. Stop right there.
Peterson alone in the backfield. Bridgewater to throw it. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here's Jeff Locke now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Here's Thomas. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now here comes Kansas City. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Well, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Now Jamal Charles on third down. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Give him 2 yards on that play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
We often hear analysts talk about a quarterback's wingspan, almost like a forward in basketball. But here's where it pays to have a long reach. They find a slight opening and are able to stick the ball forward to pick up first downs.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Jamal Charles. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now at beautiful new U.S. Bank Stadium. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. They'll try the air now with Smith. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Emerson Griffin in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. sack on second down. Now the offense needs to convert here on third. From the gun, here's Smith. He's going to let this one go deep. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, tried to get it all back in one play.
Yeah, third and long. Thought he needed the deep pass. Couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. The Chiefs going for it on fourth. It's Smith rolling to his right. And this is caught. He hits Macklin. And he's brought down after a good gain. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Throwing on third down, Smith. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And oh, not good here. Their field general is still down, and that would not bode well for this offense if he's unable to continue. Andy Reid, some say always unpredictable, and here he says we're going for it on fourth down. They'll run forward with a fullback, Sherman. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. And now out comes Minnesota. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And it's picked. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the fourth with the football. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Let's go.
Now Bridgewater. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
It went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. And quickly, they get to the line. Bridgewater now. And Diggs has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. He'll look to throw. He completes it to Treadwell. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw. It's complete to Diggs. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short. And they're going to speed things up here. And this time they go underneath for a simple pitch and catch.
And not only do you get the pitch and catch, Brandon, but you're able to keep the receiver moving when you hit him with the drag route.
And out of bounds just shy of the end zone at the 1. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They come out here in the eye. He's back to throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Rhett Ellison from a yard out. And the Vikings are within a 2-point conversion of tying this game. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll run for it with Peterson. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish.
And this is going to be intercepted. Terrence Newman with a pick. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They're on the outskirts of field goal range here in a tie game with a little time. So how do you handle this? What do you do here, Charles?
Everybody wants to pick up as much yardage as possible. But the weird part is for field goal kickers, being in really close sometimes puts more pressure on them because it's much more of a position kick as opposed to just going ahead and letting it out and letting it thump. A lot of guys like a little bit of distance because you know they can handle it, and it's a more natural swing of the leg.
So maybe getting inside the 20, not that big of a deal.
Not that huge of a deal. Sometimes that messes you up with the angles depending on which hash mark you're kicking from.
And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15. So they're operating in the red zone.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here's Bridgewater. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Back to throw. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the offense able to recover the fumble, but it's 3rd down now. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. One last throw here for Smith. He can't bring him down. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. I'll tell you what, partner, you learn a lot in every game. But when you win a close one, maybe you get to determine a little bit more about the guts of your team if you're the head coach.
It gives you much more than a snapshot now, doesn't it? You get to see the full picture of who your team is, and especially individuals, and how they handle pressure situations.
And then moving forward, you have the confidence that late in a close game, hey, we've been here before. We've done this. We've won this game.
There's a comfort zone that exists now. So instead of them pressing in those situations, now there's an air of confidence and calm, and then you just watch them go out and execute.